All right, you guys, let's get right into it. Today, I bring you Troy Andersen out of Montana State. This is Raw Detroit. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And I'd like to thank everybody that's been subscribing to the channel. Without you, none of this could be possible. So I appreciate everybody that's been watching the videos. All right, let's get right into it. Now, today I brought a hidden gem with me, a under the radar guy and a diamond in the rough, and a guy that you probably never ever heard of. But today you're going to learn a valuable lesson because we're going to get right into Troy Andersen. This dude is a jack of all trades, a Swiss Army knife because he plays 3 positions. Yes, you heard me and I said it right. This dude played 3 positions at college and mastered all 3 of them. He was a running back, linebacker, and also a quarterback at Montana State. He was recruited to be a quarterback at the school. In his senior year, he was an all-state quarterback. And in his junior year as well, he was an all-state quarterback. But he ended up deciding to take his talents to Montana State. And this dude definitely broke a lot of records there. But we're going to get started in 2017. He started at running back and at linebacker and was the Big Sky Freshman of the Year. In 2018, he started at quarterback and rushed for 21 touchdowns, which is the school record, and also threw for 2,000 plus yards as well. Now in 2019, he ended up making the switch over to linebacker, and that now is his primary position. He is a linebacker, and he has been solid ever since he made the switch. And in 2021, which was this past season, he ended up with 137 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, 7 pass breakups, and 1 fumble recovery. So this dude has been lights out. He has been a menace on both sides of the ball, whether it's been on the offensive side of the ball and whether it's been on the defensive side of the ball. He has been a terror in the FCS, man. And definitely when you're looking for talent, you have to be able to dig deep sometime. And it's not always the guys that's at the big schools that you always have to look at and say these are going to be the stars. It's some of these small school guys that come in and make a name for themselves. And I definitely think that Troy Andersen is one of those guys that's going to make a name for himself. He has the size, which a lot of teams look for. He has the power and strength, which a lot of teams look for. He has athleticism, which a lot of teams really, really love. He has great instincts and football IQ. He has the knack of being around the football as a linebacker, and when he played quarterback, definitely he had big playability, whether it's being a dual threat quarterback or making touchdown passes. Troy Andersen is the real deal, and he holds a lot of records at Montana as well. The rushing record he holds with 21 touchdowns, and I believe he rushed for 33 touchdowns in his career, which is second all time. And then he has 6 games over 100 yards, and then he rushed over in his career 2,260 yards, and he averaged per carry was 6.8. Against Portland State, he rushed for a career best 211 yards on the ground as a quarterback, and in that season he also had 1,412 yards rushing on the ground. So this dude is the real deal, man. He won the Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year. And he was also just a star at both sides of the ball, whether it was offense or defense. He made plays, you know what I'm saying? And man, you can't find that every day that somebody is a jack of all trades and they're good at everything that they do. And this kid was one of those type of dudes. Now, when you get into the NFL, what is the NFL looking for? And what would the Detroit Lions be looking for? Number 1, they're going to be looking for speed. Number 2, they're going to be looking for power and strength. Number 3, they're going to be checking out his athletic ability. Number 4, his smarts, his football IQ. And does he make big plays? And this dude makes big plays. So he's definitely going to be one of those guys that's a hidden gem in his draft. No matter if you put him in on offense or you put him in as a linebacker, this kid just comes up with play after play because that's how he was at Montana State. So I can't wait to see how he does at the Senior Bowl, and is he going to raise his stock? That's the reason why a lot of these players go over to the Senior Bowl, so that they can get drafted higher. And definitely, man, his body of work is excellent, and I think that he definitely will be a prospect that the Lions could look at. Now, the Lions definitely need talent, and he has talent, even if they wanted to put him at quarterback. Not saying that they're going to do it, because right now, primarily, he's being focused and looked at as a linebacker. But at the same time, if I wanted to say, hey, man, can you make the switch to quarterback? I think that he can do it. And he would be a dual threat quarterback if he came in. And you know, guys, how I love the dual threat quarterback. But we're not going to talk about that as well. I just love that this kid has a knack to make plays no matter where he's at. If the coach was saying about him, like, if we got to keep feeding him the ball, we're going to feed him the ball 100 times, whatever we got to do, because every time he has the ball in his hand, he makes plays happen. Whether it's him running the football as a running back, whether it's him being at the quarterback position, whether it's him making plays at the linebacker position. And that's what you're looking for. If you're the Detroit Lions, you're looking for guys that's going to be unknown, but guys that you can make a hit with. And I definitely think that Troy Andersen, if he plays really well at the Senior Bowl, definitely he could be a point of interest for the Detroit Lions. I think that this kid is phenomenal, and it's a lot of teams that's going to be looking at him because of his size, because of his athletic ability, because he can play quarterback, because he can play linebacker and some running back for you. So it just depends on whatever team drafts him. What are they willing to do, and how are they willing to use him as well? And I think that primarily his focus right now is to be a linebacker. He's not trying to be a quarterback. He's not trying to be the running back or anything like that. But I believe if a team has asked him, hey, could you come in and fill in and be a wildcat quarterback for us, I'm sure that he would be able to do it. This dude is phenomenal, man. And he's a hidden talent in his draft, and he makes plays. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a guy that can make plays, and I don't care what school he went to. If you can make plays and you can bring it, and you got a high motor, and you rub off on other players, that is the type of guy that I'm looking for. You know, I'm looking for a smart football player. I'm looking for a guy that can eventually be an all-pro linebacker, an all-pro quarterback, whatever, running back, whatever. I want all-pro status out of these guys. And I know that's what the Lions want. But no matter what Troy Andersen does on the field, he's good at it. And it's not too many players you can say that about. That every position that they play, they're good at doing it. And they excel at it. And he has excelled at linebacker. He has excelled at being a quarterback as well as being a running back. And he can do it all. So definitely when it comes to blitzing the quarterback, he can get in on a quarterback. Whether it's dropping back in coverage, he can intercept. It's nothing that this kid can't do, man. So the Lions definitely want to be looking at him. He has the size that you would want at linebacker, 6'4", and he makes plays. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a talented guy. It doesn't have to be a name, you know what I'm saying, like all the names that you've heard of, Nakobe Dean and Devin Lloyd and guys like that, Brandon Smith. There's other guys in this draft class, and I don't want you guys to get attached to those guys, because if you don't get those guys, you're going to be upset. So have your mind thinking bigger, because the draft is bigger. So you need to be thinking bigger. But Troy Andersen definitely is a hidden gem. You guys need to watch his body of work as you watch this film. Look what this guy is able to do, whether he's a running back, whether he's a quarterback or a linebacker. But primarily, right now, his position is linebacker. So that's where he's going to be getting looked at, as a linebacker. So this dude going to bring it. And that's what I want out of my linebackers. A guy that's going to bring it. A guy that has that speed, that power, that IQ, and the big playability. Because that's ultimately what you're looking for. A guy that can make plays, get in there and stop the run, get after the quarterback, and never take a play off. And he's one of those guys. So it's going to be interesting to see where he gets drafted at. Now, there's a lot of projections that's saying that he may go in the latter rounds, which could be anywhere between day 3 on down. So you never know, man. If he steps up, plays well, he could be drafted earlier. But a lot of eyes are going to be on him, because he was very, very special when he was in college, and he did a lot of things for his team. And he was able to make the switch from quarterback to running back to a linebacker, and he excelled at all of them. And that's something that you definitely have to reward once he gets to the NFL level. But I think primarily When he gets to the NFL level, he'll probably just focus on being a linebacker, and that's what you want. I just want a dog, man. No matter where you go, I want a guy that's going to be a dog for the Detroit Lions, a guy that's going to run you down just like this and make a play. You see, he was trying to punch it out, but he ended up swinging around the guy's neck. But a guy that's going to punch the ball out, a guy that's going to cause fumbles, a guy that's going to make plays. We need that, man, in Detroit. We so desperately need a guy that can make plays. We need an all-pro linebacker, man. We need it. A guy that can drop back in coverage, just like he just did. We need that in Detroit. A guy that's going to give you 110 every time he's out on the field. Never take plays off. Never take days off. But always out there handling his business and being a leader out there. So I love everything about this kid, and I think that he could be a steal on draft night because he is a Swiss Army knife. Not only can he do quarterback, he can do running back, but right now he's a linebacker, and that's what I'll be looking at him to come in and to fulfill that role of a linebacker. If I can't get the guys that I want, I must look at other talent, and Troy Andersen is one of those talented guys that I must keep my eyes on and find out what this guy is going to do once he gets at the Senior Bowl, and he might play at the East-West Shrine game as well. So it's gonna be interesting, man, to see this guy play and perform and be at the combine and all that stuff, to see what his measurements are going to be. And yeah, that's it, guys. So definitely check out Troy Andersen, because the dude is a dog and he can do it all, and he gives it 110, and he never quits and he never stops, and he's going to make big plays out on the field. And that's what you're looking for. If you're the Detroit Lion, you're looking for a guy that never quits and never stops and eventually becomes that linebacker in Detroit. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.